Hey, peace, world. Thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. It's been a minute since I talked some boxing, so definitely want to get into some bite down boxing. One thing that I'm bored with right now is the fact that uh, with nobody able to fight, it's just a lot of talking. At least Devin Haney has calmed down in like the last week and a half or 2 weeks since he kind of drew the wrong attention with some of his comments, the wrong kind of attention. But I had to get into this situation with first it was Frank Warren who spouted off, and then the kid Daniel Dubois came on, and doubled down on it with regards to Dubois facing Wilder as early as the end of 2020. Now, one thing right there, like I said, a lot of people are writing a lot of checks. They have no intention of ever cashing because at the end of the year is about the time when we could get the trilogy fight, depending on how we come out of this pandemic situation. Um, and then we don't even know that. On the other hand, though, I don't even want to get into the step aside thing, but and then Dubois is overseas, so that's not even that's not even possible. So again, like I said, here's just Warren, running off his mouth about his fighter, his up and coming fighter, and I would agree with him that Dubois is one of the most promising, heavyweights in the world, one of the best prospects in the world. I would agree with that, but to just sit here and say that he's too much, I think was what he said, that he would be too much for Deontay Wilder, kind of reminds me of a song where DMX was on a joint with Onyx, Shut Him Down. And the bar from DMX was ninjas pumped you up to watch you get beat, had you thinking shit is sweet. Now you up shit's creek because your shit's weak. Of course, he does a much better job of that than me. But definitely, I like that the UK cats are eager, and the UK promoters seem to push their fighters into these different challenges ahead of time or ahead of schedule. But with this right here, Dubois, he didn't stop Kevin Johnson, who was farther along in his career. We don't know if we're gonna get this the outcome of him and Joe Joyce, which was a fight that I believe might have happened by now if things were left as is. I thought that was early April, but I could be wrong there. But just looking at a couple of things, man. He's square. He fights really square. He basically gets to his moment to attack, and he attacks. And I know right now with Wilder coming off of that situation, the thicker guys, decent athletic ability, the more physical guys, there's going to be the perception out there that you can run through Wilder. You can bring the right type of pace, the right volume, maybe the right spacing, the right level of aggression, and then power, and you can probably put him out. There's probably some thoughts that his chin, his punch resistance could start, to decline at this point. That's gonna be the perception. But a fighter like Dubois at this point, being on the line too much, being squared up too much, coming through the front door the same way too consistently, not being creative enough to set up, the power shots to finish a guy like, to try to finish a guy like Wilder. Just not kind of having a mastery of some of the finesse aspects of the game or the subtle technique of the game and offensive concepts and whatnot. That's not there yet. And I think in time, I think he can make that an easier fight for him based on all of his, his entire skill set. But again, right now to take on that challenge at this particular moment seems premature in my opinion. But again, with Wilder, this is going to be how guys scout him out. This is going to be the opinion of him. That you can you can crowd him, you can walk him down, you can pressure him, you can be physical with him, um, you know, get inside, work inside, which we haven't really seen that. We haven't seen Dubois do that for a prolonged period of time, and in the heavyweight divisions, inside fighting is a bit different than the lower divisions, because it only takes one punch up here. But yeah, don't let Warren get you into a situation, Michael Grant and Lennox Lewis or something. Don't try to run up that mountain just yet. Just out of precaution, get a couple more fights in. Get this Joyce fight out of the way, which I think he could be successful in that. And then maybe see what the next step up is from that and how you come out of that. And then take a look at what else happens in the division with all of the other guys and kind of go from there. But you don't want to think stuff is sweet though. It's too sweet. You just don't. That's it, man. Some bite down boxing. Don't let them count you out. Pay me no mind. Sports and entertainment. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. One.